Hey, it's AAA, welcome back to Tiny Rogues. I realized there's still a class we've not won with yet, and that is the Jester. Got some knives, the circus knives. Deception on dash, your next weapon attack deals a guaranteed crit and lethal hit. We've got the Jester boots for Stam, Harlequin costume for Stam, on dash taunt the nearest enemy. We are up at an early hour as part of a disability raid train for Disability Pride Month here in July. This was the spot that needed to be filled, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stream at a weird time, because that is what is needed. So I'm a little bit sleepier than usual. So if I perform unusually poorly, I'm going to blame it on that. But this will also help us get... There's only 2 achievements we need left for Steam. One is winning as every character, and then the other one I believe is winning with X amount of alcohol effects. I'm going to check that real fast. Yes. The other one is having X amount of effects from the thing that once you're all boozed up, you keep your buffs the whole run. That one's actually really hard to do because there's only like 5 or 6 buffs of that in the game. I was hitting the Isaac button that I had bound for bombs. Ooh. Power belt is very nice. With my helmet? Give me a guaranteed rare. He's a dash run. I also still have some breakfast that I will need to eat here at some point. Might be stealing the occasional bite. Chance ring is good, but not as good as what we just got. I like nun robe. The Harlequin costume is just better. I'm actually going to take the quiver. Try and go for a bow. It's 3 PM and you've not eaten breakfast? How dare? At this point, it's just, you should be, you know, eating lunch. It's okay, I rarely eat breakfast, honestly. I'm trying to get better about it. Oh, we get a Royal Armory right off the bat. Hell yeah. Hungry Blade. Wind Axes. Poison Needle. Gemini Daggers. Do I have a golden dice? I do. Gain Hunger. Remind me. Okay. Hold on. Plus 350% critical hit multiplier. Lasts for 4 seconds. Okay. You know what? That's worth. That is a lot of damage. Do I want morale? No, I don't think so. Rogue reliability. Take me to a shrine. So we're the hungry jester. Non-crits, absolutely not. Power, give me power. The power is not, like, great. Give me dice. Give me a summon. We're just zooming through this run. Come on, get out of there. Thank you. Get out of here so I can stab you. This run is just, I'm a creepy clown with a knife. Ooh, hello. Hello. Lightning damage. We're gonna take it, because you are the best one here. No idea how that one's gonna be useful for us. We might find an epic weapon that's better than this at some point. Ooh, you know what? Oh no, this is floor 3. This is where... Next floor, if we have the souls, we can afford to, Oh, you have an AoE attack. That's nice. Sure, I guess we'll take it on a backup. Let's gamble. Nice. Good gamblage so far. Trying to think what this run needs besides stats. A good offhand, like a good shield or something. Anything that benefits from crits. There we go. Gonna keep focusing the decks. You know what? Yeah. Let's level it up a little bit. This weapon is that good with this run that I'm like, you know what? Even though it's a rare, I'll upgrade it right off the bat. Offhand. Beautiful. We're going to need a little more strength, but... Actually, we're going to need quite a bit more strength, probably. I accidentally used my suppression. And got hit. That's terrible dodging. I was just so hungry to use my lethal stab. We got our hits in. Welcome on in, Raid Train. Hello, everyone. Let's see. I would like... Ooh, it's not a sword, it's a knife. Are you a sword? Dagger. Give me increased companion damage. Welcome in, everyone. I am Trip. I use they, them pronouns. I am a queer, disabled, Latin streamer here on Twitch who does indies. And indies in variety has basically become what I do. Happy to have you all here. I'm actually going to equip the Ranger Ring for now to give me a little bit more dex. We were playing one of my favorite indies to come out, just in general, Tiny Rogues. Definitely on the lesser known side of things in terms of games, but I think it is absolutely incredible, and not just because there's an Easter egg about me in it. Alright, Does an item count as an Easter egg? And an item's just an item, I guess. My eye patch is in here. That's... This game kind of helped bring me into the... Hey, Kames, do you want a me fact? Since we're playing Tiny Rogues, I'll share the me fact. The eye patch in this game is mine, specifically. The eye patch item was added to the game for me by the dev during the game's first big update. As confirmed by both the dev on Twitter as well as the patch notes for the game. Which, given the other creators who got items added around the same time, Alexa, Retromation, Wanderbot, Northern Lion, like being amongst those people for this update, when they're like, oh yeah, here's AAA's eye patch. It was the first, like, kind of moment of recognition I ever got in the community, and it always makes me feel special. The item used to be terrible, admittedly. It is a common, but it being a common means it shows up fairly often, which is cool. But it's actually pretty deep, since the game's last big update, almost every item got reworked. And the eye patch got, like, a sizable buff. It's now, very good for, bow runs and gun runs, which tend to be my favorite. Ah, I got hit. Because it gives greatly increased close range damage. It's like 40% or something wild like that. At the expense of long range damage. But there's, several perks that synergize with it. I need to hold on to that. Give me an offhand. So welcome, Raid Train. We welcome you and your spoons. What spoons you may have this early in the morning. What were you playing, Wired? I unfortunately did not get a chance to tune in because I only woke up like 10-15 minutes ago. Because I accidentally slept through my first alarm. Ah, Stardew Valley. Love some good Stardew. I got a little burned out on Stardew, a tiny bit. So it's been a hot minute since I've played. Debuff effects. Give me the dart gloves, I guess, because I don't really need increased debuff effects. My goal is to try and do 2 or 3 games today, showcasing some of the indies I frequent, and just have some fun. So we're starting off with this, which we're about halfway through the run. Thank you. Kept missing that. Silly snake. I already have a good enough weapon, so I'm going to take the Soul Heart. The plan for after this is either Plate Up, Balatro, or Rack and Slay. I've not been able to make up my mind. And I have already lost my armor. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I was playing a lot when 1.6 came out. Got a little bit burned out. Unlucky hit increase. I don't have any active tallies for that, but that is good. We don't. Yeah. The recently reworked swagger is going to be very useful for us, increasing our dash effects. Because this class has a very good dash effect. Oh yeah, that's a good reminder that this game is actually on sale as part of the Steam Summer Sale. And it's an absolute steal. This game has so much content in it. It's definitely my favorite roguelite. Typically because I don't like most other roguelites. But unlike most other roguelites, This game, you don't really have to grind at all. It's just, the roguelite aspects are that the dungeon changes to fit your playstyle as you play. That, sharpshooter? No, I don't think sharpshooter works with the knife. I think the range is just outside of it. What's my intelligence? Only 7. We're not going to do Spellblade then. Revita is great. It makes me sad every day that, Revita met the fate it has. Honestly, yeah, I would just prefer the buckler. Can't afford that, but I can't afford that. Revita is another roguelike I got into when I started YouTube. Also, the only other game I'm in, but unfortunately due to problems with the game's publisher, it was queued up for this big awesome update, and we're probably never going to see that big awesome update arrive. Yes, Ben Starr, the creator of Revita, added a skin for me in that game. There's an eye patch skin for me in that game, which is very neat. Are you in Revita as well, Techie? If so, I had no idea, which is awesome that you are. A lot of great people in the indie community being recognized through that. I don't need that. I don't need any of these. So I guess we'll take increased effective debuffs. Oh, I did not know that was... Actually, now that I think about it, that makes sense. Huh. The more you know. See, block refreshes on the floor. Yeah, so let's do this. I guess I'll... No, keep that. Meant to swap these out. Swap these out. Toxic Scepter, War Fans, Demon Blade. Give me this and we'll sell it. We're going to want to do the blacksmith on this floor, max out our dagger. I'm leaning towards us doing Balatro next, because it's been a hot minute since I've Balatroed. Oh, thank you. Pawn shop. Sell the ring. Sell the sword. Quiver. Knives. Keep the buckler. There we go. We're now rich. Thank you, pawn shop. We're still in all of our starting gear, which is not ideal. Unfortunate shop for us to get. Upgrade our knife to maximum level. And let's go into this. Hi! Yes, I would like to learn an ancient technique. Give me true precision? Dance, 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 dance. One of the other things I really like about this game is it's an unusual roguelike in that I find it to be very, with the exception of a single weapon, I have no visual issues playing the game. Like, I'm able to, without being bolsterous, I am one of the game's... Wow, I'm... Alright, I get it. The run's not strong. You don't need to dunk on me, owl. Thank you. Of course, I started talking about you know, that I'm really good at this game, and then I got some of the achievements for the first time, and then I got wrecked by that boss almost. Ooh, hello. Oh no, that's poison. I'll take the revive. We're going evil path. Cursed hits are guaranteed crits. Let's see, can I afford both? Do I want 40% extra damage, or to try and get it so I'm building off curse? Yeah, I highly recommend it. It is... I really enjoy it. I'm gonna buy this for the evil. And honestly... Hey, thank you for the bits. Also, I totally forgot to use my whetstone earlier. I think that's the first time I've ever actually had a bit donation, but actually my second only bit donation here on Twitch. I've gotten quite a lot of subs and gifted subs and stuff, but a lot of people forget about the bit system. I like the bits. And I appreciate the bits. Thank you very much. Let's put on the talisman. Yeah, the bits don't offer like a reward as such for giving them, but I think that's fine. It's still nice. Let's see. Take more reduction, you can the reduction to speed. No. Lucky hits are always super effective. Now reroll me. I guess we'll take Ascendance Mark. It's another on dash effect. One thing I was struggling with for today's stream is I wasn't entirely sure what to talk about. That's true, there are the emote. The emote things. But, it's one of those things where I talk about my disabilities and stuff so often, and their effect on my life so often. Thank you, for that procking, saving our life. That when I need to talk about it, sometimes it's kind of hard to... See, I don't need Spell Echo. I don't need Titan Grip. Because being disabled is just such a part of my life, in terms of, like, especially by being visually impaired / legally blind, and, like, my mobility issues, I sometimes forget that that's not normal. Like, that's not everyone is like that. I don't have enough money for you. I know I have enough money for you. Why was your text red? Thank you. Yeah, I do... As my chat likes to joke, I do have the trifecta when it comes to, like, injuries. I got the mobility, I got the sensory, I got the neurological, I got the trifecta. So, it's just always been... I sometimes forget that other people don't have those kind of issues. But, I always try and advocate for those of us who do. A lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff that I do with these indie devs, I'm always advocating for, you know, making games as accessible as humanly possible. And it's one thing that I guess I'd say I'm proud of, is that, like, in the circle of roguelike developers that I'm in and entrenched in... Whoop, I accidentally used a bomb. That now they just... Not only will they come to me and like, hey, is this a good font for visually impaired? hey, does this setting work well for, oh, what's that? Like, what would you recommend for epilepsy fonts and all? There's a fairly large dev Discord I'm in. I was originally brought in as a creator, but now I've just kind of become like the person people ask accessibility questions to. And I think that's great that I've been able to be a resource for all these creatives to make their wonderful games more accessible for everyone. Ow. I am playing like hot garbage tonight, or this morning. Ah, I forgot to refresh my offhand. Yes, motion blur by default needs to end. I hate it. It is the worst. Motion blur is one of my biggest talking points, actually. Because I actually had a game I was supposed to play as part of a keymailer deal, but it had such intense motion blur, I physically could not play the game. Hi, thank you! I'm glad you, like old Shroom Patch, is my PNG tuber. I love them as well. Was made by me with help from my sibling. I love how they've turned out. BFFs. What's BFFs? 400% top and lightning damage is neat, but I don't need it. Yeah, we'll keep it rolling. Inspiring Presence. No. This run might beat death, but not go any further than that. When you taunt or charm, gain arrogance. Nope, that's non-crits. We're doing crits. Keep re-rolling. Like clockwork? Nope. Come on, it's my last reroll. Pocket magic. Solid, actually. Yeah, I don't understand the motion blur thing, where it came from, even. Makes me wonder. All enemies are considered fiends. We'll do this for a little bit more carry weight. My friend's not in here. So I'm just going to come enchant my knife. Baleful. Necrotic. Ah. Gonna reroll. We'll take some equipment. I don't know why I always struggle with the Jester. Maybe because they're just a very weak class. Wow, that's really good. Even more necrotic damage. Yeah. Head bob is annoying as well. I also turn that off whenever possible. Alright, I gotta focus up because I cannot afford to lose this boss fight. There we go. I'm poisoned, which sucks, but we're alive. That's pretty good. That's really good. A non-triggered lucky hit. Throw syringe that inflicts... What's my lucky hit chance? 33. Alright. I'll play ball. We'll Plague Doctor it up. Curse resist boots. Emblem of Tiamat, but I can't afford it. That's better. That's better than crit chance, because we have that thing that triggers on dash effects when we attack. We're a dash dagger build, oddly. This is actually perfect. I just need to survive this room. Boom. Survived. I drank up. Muramasa. This is also Gunchaku, which this run is not built for Gunchaku. Do we want this? I also have a way to re-roll this. So I could re-roll it. It's one-handed. I'm actually going to re-roll. Tempest fans. We can... I'm kind of disappointed by that. I should have maybe taken the Muramasa. But we have no intelligence investments, so we wouldn't have really benefited a ton from Muramasa. I used my revive. That's not good. Started tuning to the buckler. Ah, that max health up is a huge help, genuinely. Let's get a little tipsy. Look at all the little tornadoes everywhere. Sell the ring. You attuned? No. In that case, you know, we're gonna sell this. We're not able to hop, swap, attune it like I'd like to, so let's ditch it. Guess we'll upgrade the fans. You have one more room till you're attuned. Let's check out the Dragon Slayer chest. Just out of curiosity, honestly, more than anything. Hi. What? Got the rainbow staff? This item is very, very good. One of the strongest weapons in the game. We're in no way built to use it. What else am I going to spend my money on, you know? Why not? What am I doing? Turns out, critting with all of the elements, really effective. You'll love to see it. Oh, wait a minute. I have pocket magic. Hold on. We can cook here. Okay, yeah, give me that. That's perfect. Chat, we can cook. We put this in our first slot. And we use pocket magic. So every time we crit, it shoots a rainbow beam. I can have my cake and eat it too. I'm gonna blow this up. Also, I'm sorry I'm not being more entertaining this stream. I'm just tired, and also I'm kind of laid back, all things considered, when I'm not doing like collab-y multiplayer stuff. I try to do nice, kind of laid back, chill indies and roguelikes, genuinely. So it's I always feel bad like when I receive a raid as part of a raid train, and then like the view count takes a huge hit as soon as I start doing stuff. It makes me feel insecure Just a little bit. But also part of that could just be I'm tired and my brain's not at its optimum processing power. Giant chest! Let's go. I accidentally switched to my fist, so I'm not going to be able to punch him from that far away. What are the goodies? Let me just pick them all up and see what they are. Revive and on revive gain revenants. That works well with the charm. Turtle armor. Lucky hit inflict fragility. Add radiance to my attacks. We already have necrotic. Take that for selling, and do I want to keep the demon shell? Thank you, I appreciate being appreciated. I think we want to put on the lich robe. It'd give us an extra revive. We do get 2 less hits because of it. But I actually think that's fine. No, we should use up this armor, then switch to the lich robe. I think that's the way of doing things. I think that's the line. Ow. Speaking of the 2 extra hits, we just used 1. Give me the event. I'm actually going to do no. I don't want to swap out any of my traits. And we are ready for the final boss. Well, semi-final boss. If we beat this, then we win the run. Everything after this is extra. Yeah, and you did not last long, Death. You could not beat the power of pride, as usual. Don't you forget about me. We've now beaten Death with every class in the game. You'll love to see it. I have a little spreadsheet that I use to keep track of all the things we've done in the game, because there's so much to do in the game. I forgot to activate Cinders, so this was supposed to be a Cinder 1 run, and I forgot. Gain curses based on how evil you are. We will take that, actually, in place of this. Being able to crit every attack would be lovely. It would be very lovely. Let's go to hell. Enter the burning hells. Yippee! +1 to highest attribute, please. This is where the game gets very, very hard very quickly. The bosses in here don't mess around. The enemies in here don't mess around. I'm actually going to switch to my robe in this room. Oh, my greaves ran out of armor before this did. Huh. I always find it weird the order of operations gets rid of armor, but I assume it's like it depletes. Like it goes with, it'll deplete an item's armor, then deplete another item's armor. I don't know the... Sorry, that's my... the alarm for the time I normally wake up for the day, here at 9:30. Now we put on the Revenant's robe. We got our 2 revives. I might just... Nah, because I can't use the offhand with the staff, so I think doing it this way is better. You know what? On Saturdays of all days especially, naps are fine. Naps are encouraged, even. You enjoy your future nap. Power, mana regen, orbital speed. Give me power. We'll take a curse blessing too, why not? Curse me. Boss reward, pickup radius, effective chill. I guess boss reward. None of those are super helpful. Yippee! We made it to here. We want Lich Robe with the talisman. I've got a Pepsi as my wake-up drink. I've not been slurping on it too much. Maybe we'll take a sip of it now that you've mentioned it. I think we're as ready as we're going to be for this fight. Take a set item. Let's fight Tiamat, who I recently encountered in a D&D campaign, which was absolutely wild. We ended up... Ooh, that's a bad start. We ended up in possession of having kind of unintentionally kidnapped Tiamat's daughter. She had escaped Tiamat and was trying to, you know, break free from her abrasive mother, who was keeping her locked up as part of like a prophecy. But one, we're playing an evil campaign, and two, Tiamat's daughter was like ruthless and very unkind to us and tried to take advantage of us, nearly got us killed. So when you found out that it was Tiamat's daughter and the reason we were being pursued by dragons was Tiamat, I went full villain. Giving me Emblem of Bahamut is insulting. By the way, this is like one of the strongest items if you're on a good run. We're on an evil run. I do not want confetti. I don't really want any of this. Do I? Guess we'll take this for selling. So, Tiamat's daughter, who was pretending her name was Squeaks. I'm playing a very evil, like, magician-y warlock, who, very charismatic. Obviously, I've got 20 charisma, inspiring leader, all that charisma jazz. But I'm kind of like a charm lock. I'm built around, like, combat effects. I'm actually going to fully recover instead of giving myself more stamina. So, I've got, like, Charm Person, Mass Suggestion, those kind of things. They kind of, like, stop fights before they start. No, Squeaks as in, like, a mouse. Anyways, so Squeaks was trying to escape, our barbarian grabbed her, and I just used... I thought maybe, you know, since she was so powerful, maybe she'd have, like, some legendary resistances I'd have to burn. I just let it all out. I used every mental effect I had in a row to just completely annihilate this evil dragon lady who was endangering our mission. We're basically a group of bad guys who are doing a good thing because it not only benefits us, you can't be evil if there's no world left, kind of like Flash's Rogues Gallery, where like we like to do our evil things, but if there's no world, you can't enjoy being evil in a world that doesn't exist, you know? And, so yeah, that was my encounter with Tiamat. We then returned her daughter to her. Luck and Curse is the greater of the two values. It would give me 1 luck in exchange for... Nah. And I like Baleful. It was a wild adventure. I've been loving the campaign. We got a bunch of loot from Tiamat's cave, which was nice. But Tiamat was, like, very unhappy to see us, and so kind of, like, embarrassed or insulted to learn that people brought her back her daughter. But my patron kind of took over. I let her take over, but we encountered I forgot to... Let's put this on, actually. there was a moment where, when we were meeting with Tiamat, she was just kind of rambling in her anger, and she insulted my character, calling me a pathetic servant of a useless worm of bad dreams, because my patron is the goddess of bad dreams, kind of like the creator of bad dreams, but her shtick is that she's lawful evil and will specifically try and torment other evildoers to kind of like keep them in their place, so no one evil entity like gets too strong and takes over the world or whatever. And my goddess was like, you can't let Tiamat talk to me like that. Go confront her. So I did what my patron asked, and I followed Tiamat deeper into her cave, stood up for myself and my deity, and to prevent me from dying, Tiamat said, well, maybe I should be speaking to your goddess herself about this. And then my goddess appeared and wrecked shop. I don't know what she did, but it was a very interesting D&D session. It has been a great campaign. Though I don't see myself ever doing an evil campaign again, because it's hard to be evil. Anyways, we won the run. We got a true ending. See, we are on Jester. We beat Ammon. Episode 158. Episode 158. And that's it for YouTube's end of this perspective. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.
Hello, what's happening? It's that man in black and green. Sometimes sweet and saccharine, sometimes